an accident waiting to happen.
Stephen A, hush your mouth, talking all that noise. You can hate all you want, but we still them boys. Dirty, dirty D, Texas where we stay at. Me inside in order till you know that's where we play at. Hey, this year, this the payback. Yeah, we them Cowboys, and now we don't play that. Work. This is Cowboy Nation. Work. Welcome to Cowboy Nation. Work. Y'all can keep on hate. Work.
Cowboys Nation, welcome to another episode of Defending the Boys Fantalk. It is I, D. Will, and of course, the big homie, the very, very prevalent Mike 360. What's going on there, my brother?
What up, bro? What up?
Man, not a whole lot, man. I made a promise last week that we were going to go into a little bit. We're going to talk football today. We got to talk about a tie. I mean, we definitely got to talk about a tie, right? But
I ain't talking about the one you put on your neck either.
Now, we ain't talking about that. We got to discuss a tie, and I got a few things to say. However, I just wanted to ask a couple of things. I want these people to understand who Mike 360 is from a music standpoint, everything else that you got going on. Kind of spend about 4 or 5 minutes just letting them know who you are.
Well, who am I? I'm Mike 360. Entertainment District. The group Entertainment District. We have the line dance, same old two-step. Same old
two-step. Yeah, I like it.
All the major line dances, y'all know what it is. You know how we get down, you know. But I'm mainly a producer, you know. And I've worked with a lot of people. I ain't gonna start name dropping, whatever, cool.
No, but this is name drop time. This is the time to let people know that you are who you are.
No, like going back to Jimmy Cozier, I forgot how you say his name. Damn, let me think. Done some things, you know, a couple of artists locally. Southern Soul artist, Wendell B. My pops.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. You know, been working on his. We just dropped his new album and doing pretty good. It's almost at 100K in like 6 days. That's crazy.
No, that is crazy, man. Congratulations on that. Big up.
Appreciate it.
So real quick, before we pull up out of there, how do they go and get that album? I mean, obviously people are getting it already, but where can it be found?
Worldwide. Everywhere. It's everywhere. Worldwide, everywhere.
YouTube Music, Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you can stream your music, you can go in and get it. What about the same old two-step? Same thing? Anywhere?
Same thing. You go get it anywhere. Streaming everywhere.
Okay.
Everywhere.
All right. So there you have it. Mike 360 from the Supergroup Entertainment District. Hey, y'all got a new
song. Tomorrow we leaving to a cruise to do a show on the cruise.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Going to Cozumel.
All right. Don't get in trouble out in Cozumel, sir. Don't get in trouble out in Cozumel. Hey, tell the people that there's a new song from Entertainment District. Tell the people the name of the new song.
There's a new song?
Yeah, well, it's not new to y'all, but it's newer than the same old two-step that I just heard.
We got Get Down, we got Rock, we got Leg Work featuring Big Moochie.
Yeah,
we got the remix two-step with Cupid actually on there.
That's one I didn't even know. So that's one I didn't know. Okay.
Oh yeah, videos out and everything, but. Yeah, we finna turn this boat upside down. We finna rock the boat. Yeah.
Okay, little Leo pun, no pun intended.
Yeah, it's a no pun intended.
You ready to talk about a time?
Let's go.
Okay, I'm gonna say something. This is not a moral victory statement. This is I thought we was gonna lose anyway statement.
I didn't.
Well, I did. So when I say I thought we was gonna lose, let me clarify that. In August, I gave a prediction, right? And
Mhm.
I predicted every game of the season, right?
Mhm.
And when I went through those predictions and I came to this particular game, I said, can you see that on the screen?
That's it.
Yeah. I said I said a loss for the Philadelphia Eagles. I said a win for the Giants. I said a win for Chicago. Obviously, we didn't get that. And then I said a loss for the Green Bay Packers. I also had us winning against the Jets, winning against Carolina, and then going into Washington. I actually had us winning straight across that month right there, that second four. I
Mm.
don't think I had us losing again until the Arizona game. And that's only because that young man don't lose in Texas Stadium. I don't understand why, but anyway. Uh,
You
uh,
know,
but what I'm getting at is because I was perplexed. I didn't know how to feel. I got on and I was like, man, it's a tie. Like we don't even like they still do ties.
yeah.
They ain't had a tie since high school. Like what's going on? This is the
As,
pros.
as
Somebody
long
got
as
to
I've been
win.
watching the Cowboys, I've never seen a tie.
Yeah,
Never.
I think I saw a stat that the Cowboys haven't had a tie since it started or something.
69.
Like 69. I
69.
was gonna say like the 60s or something. Yeah. That's actually kind of crazy. But with that in mind, how bad is the tie to you?
It's not bad. It ain't a win. It ain't a loss. But I think both teams gonna be looking at this down the road like, damn, one of us should have won that game.
Somebody should have won it.
And
So
we should have won.
how'd you feel after the game?
I feel like we left a couple of points on the table. Some bad penalties cost us an extra field goal or two.
Mm-hmm. Early,
But I'm
especially
like,
ones early.
yeah. Once we tied them up with 13, and then we got 16, I'm like, okay, yeah, we can play with them. We can play with them.
Yeah. So and that's why when I said that I got it, put it down for a lot. I was talking about back in August when you're guessing at how the season is going to go. And then when Green Bay, I mean, honestly, even though you couldn't tell from the fact that they gave up 40 points to us, and since people automatically think we're trash, then they like, well, how'd you give up to the Cowboys 40 points? Y'all better recognize who Dak Prescott is. But anyway, uh, but I don't know. I felt like because you started having hope, because you started feeling like, oh, wait a minute, it ain't but 49 seconds left in the game. We might can pull it off. Oh man, we're in overtime. Okay, now we're on the 5-yard line. We might can pull it off, and we ended up in the tie. Like because you had hope,
Yeah,
the tie
the
became
whole
worse.
time, I'm like, too much time left. Ain't too much time left. We score, too much time left. They score, too much time left. There was always too much time left till they got to the last second. I'm like, where the hell that 1 second come from?
Hey man, yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
Now, we was just talking about this dude last week, number 57.
Sanborn.
All he had to do was turn around, catch that interception, game over.
Was that 57? Because I thought that was
That was Sanborn.
Sanborn.
Hit
I
him in
thought
the
that
back
was
of the
Murray. I
head.
thought that was Kenneth Murray right there. But
That was Sanborn.
that was Sanborn. Okay. Wow. Yeah.
Hit him straight in the back of the head. He turned around, game over.
Yeah, now you're right about it. Okay, so I'm gonna throw a couple of things out there that people Don't want to hear it. I'm getting to a point. I'm getting to an article that I just wrote for Blogging the Boys. RJ Ochoa with Blogging the Boys. I don't know if you've looked at
Yeah,
Blogging
I'm
the
familiar.
Boys.
I'm
Yeah,
familiar.
okay. I wrote an article for them, and that's not a flex. They probably won't publish it. I wrote it for them because I'm trying to get I've been talking to RJ Ochoa and told him I was going to start submitting some stuff, and he's got to read it and look at it. I'm trying to get on, bro. I'm trying to get on.
You got
right?
it. You got it. You got it. You got it. Yeah.
But I wrote this article as part of a little something I've been doing called "Okay, Hear Me Out." Okay, and the first "Okay, Hear Me Out" came when we traded Micah Parsons and we got Kenny Clark, and I was trying to tell people, hey, Kenny Clark is a force, right? You know, so I was like, okay, hear me out. This ain't the worst thing in the world, like y'all are saying it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the next okay, hear me out was when we had trouble with the Chicago game with the offense. I was like, I get it, but I kind of think that there's just an issue with in the middle of the game having to not have CeeDee Lamb. And once you have a whole week to prepare for that, I knew Shotty would be able to figure some stuff out. But this, okay, hear me out, is different because this is the one that everybody's going to call me crazy on. So I'm going to ask you some questions before I get into it, all right?
Okay.
Do you feel like in this game the pressure was better than in the first 3 games? Quarterback pressure.
A little bit. Yeah.
All right. Do you think that's because Green Bay's offensive line is beat up, or do you think the Cowboys are possibly getting better?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
They had starters out, so we should have did what we did. A little something. Damn, something.
Something, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So with that being said, hear me out. All right. Mike 360, hear me out. I think that the Dallas Cowboys defense will not end at 32.
Oh, I believe you. I believe that.
Now that ain't the crazy part. Hold on. I'm getting there. I'm getting to the crazy part.
Okay.
I think that they're going to be I think that they're going to end up around middle of the road, around 16. Okay, as far as the defense. Now, unfortunately, if you know anything about math, if they're number 32 now, the only way that they can get to number 16 at the end of the year is that they have to have at least 4 games where they're playing top 5. Right?
Okay.
Mathematically. I think that we're going to have at least 4 games that we play top 5 defense. We're going to end up middle of the road, and we're going to definitely be playing somewhere around the 10 to 15 range after a while. Now,
Okay.
let me tell you how I feel that we get there. Okay? And then
Start next week.
Huh?
Start next week.
Next week's I'm so scared. I'm scared to say that we should win a game because we should have won against Chicago.
Should have won. That's true. That's true.
And we got blew out against Chicago. I'm scared to say what we should do against a team that but we'll get into that. They got a decent defensive front and different stuff. Their defensive back sucked to me, but they got
Sauce. They got sauce.
That's it. That's all they got. They're not good. They're not a good team.
No.
They're not a good team. But so here's how I say that the defense gets there. Okay. First thing is Matt Eberflus. Right. Matt Eberflus decided this week that he was going to put James Houston in the game on passing downs. That may have been the smartest thing that I've seen him doing. Bless his little soul. I haven't seen him do that all year, and he decided to do it.
Okay.
James Houston is our number 1 pass rusher. He has the most sacks. He got the most pressures. He then caused the strip sack fumble that allowed us to right before half, take the lead. That's the best one we got. He's been sitting on the bench.
Well, hey, hopefully he get more time, more time.
They started giving him some more time, and then when they did, he earned his stripes. Right.
He balled out.
That's the one thing. Sometimes we be begging for people like Shamar James. We begging for him to get in the game, and then he ran out there and let Josh Jacobs outrun him straight down the field. And I was like, man, we ain't getting no more quickness with James than we are with Sanborn and Murray. But that's neither here nor there. When James Houston got his opportunity, he balled out. He made a splash play, a big play. And something that, so I feel like he's going to get continued opportunities. Okay. The next thing is Jadeveon Clowney. Did not play an excellent game. He didn't play an excellent game, but he definitely played a pretty decent game for somebody that was sitting on the couch about 3 weeks ago.
Now, what did I say last week? He needs to be what?
Yeah, what'd you say? I don't remember. What'd you say?
Serviceable.
Serviceable. Yeah, you're right. He was definitely serviceable. He was definitely serviceable, and he was serviceable on game 1 off the couch for what's concerned. Serviceable is good, and I feel like in 2 games he's going to be better than serviceable.
Okay.
I feel like that's what's going to, by watching him in 1 game, I feel like once he gets 2 more games underneath him, because he did some things that nobody else on our defense has done, as far as the defensive ends is done. I mean, he's done some things that nobody else has done. His ability to set the edge was amazing on some of those plays. Like, you're like, whoa.
He was pushing the lineman back into the quarterback. Thank you.
And I think that once he gets his foot in there, because the first game you come in, you get you're a little clumsy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I think and I did put this podcast up too the other day. I like to have your conversation with it. But I think that changes the defense a little bit, right? Because now, if at least on your passing downs, you don't have Marshawn Nealon and Sam Houston. Sam Williams. You got James Houston. You got James Houston on one side, Jadeveon Clowney on the other side, and then you got Osa and Kenny Clark in the middle. You got pressure from all 4 sides now from your 4-man line, and all of a sudden, just backing up and throwing the ball, that ain't gonna necessarily be it. Even though that there's gonna be some plays that you get it, there's also gonna be some plays you get strip sacks and hit for fumbles, and you're gonna have to run out and. 3rd down is going to end and we're going to get the ball back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that we're going to be stopping people immediately from scoring, but there's going to be some plays that we can actually make a stop. My problem over the last 3 weeks is that you couldn't stop the other team at all. You had to play perfect football on offense in order to be in the game. We had to play, and we didn't play a perfect game on offense because of our first 2 drives. But outside of the first 2 drives, where we were jumping off sides and illegal formation and all that other kind of stuff, and couldn't get the ball going, we had to play a perfect game just to tie. In order to win that game, we would have had to have played perfect. Those first 2 drives, we would have needed to score at least a field goal.
At least.
That is crazy. That is crazy to have to play perfect in order to tie. That is crazy. So that's the first part of it, right? The second part of it is we don't have nobody else in the secondary. So just look at the people that we do have. Trayvon Diggs.
Okay.
He just got back. This is his 2nd game back now. They had to sit him down. He still got swelling in his knee. It's going to take him a couple of weeks to be, well, probably about 1 more week to really get. I mean, he did get an interception this week and it got overturned, but you can see he was actually making the play though. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we know if they throw it wonky, he still can come down with it. And if you got a pressure, then you're gonna have some passes like that he can come down with, right?
True.
I'm not saying he's gonna be a shutdown corner. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying he's gonna get better than what we've seen over the last 2 weeks. Deron Bland, he missed. I think that underestimating his speed, not being able to just explode the way he normally do and get there, caused him to miss a couple of opportunities. And because he didn't get there for the ball, he ended up missing the tackle too. It was just still awkward to him. I feel like in 2 weeks, that's over. I think that he'll start to get where his physical limitations are, where he can be being able to bait quarterbacks. And again, if somebody throws a wonky ball, he gonna come down with it. Pick six king, right?
Okay.
Now we don't have no choice. Donovan Wilson is playing. We don't have no two ways around it because Malik Wilson went down. So now you're already playing your backup safety. You ain't got but one other safety on the league. I mean Malik Booker. So now you're playing Wanye Thomas, right?
Yep.
You ain't got but the one other safety on the team.
Cox, is that no 14.
No, Marquise Bell. Yeah.
Marquise Bell.
That's all you got. So Donovan Wilson is going to end up playing. Now, the only other option is when you roll in the 3 high. Well, first of all, you can bring Donovan Wilson down and on the 3 high.
Please
let Wanye Thomas play the safety. He got better speed and coverage ability. Yada. Yeah, I don't know if they'll do it because I felt like Malik Hooker had better coverage ability than Donovan Wilson, and they still played Malik Hooker down. But I think they'll probably play Donovan Wilson down and let Wanye stay in the back when they do the 3 high. Now, when they do cover 2, they're still going to have both of them. But Donovan Wilson did a little bit better of not shooting upfield for absolutely no reason. There was a couple of times where Jordan Love threw it out there and he was actually sitting there. One of them I thought he was going to come up with the interception, but he didn't. But at least he was in position, right? That means that now you got a rush and you got a secondary. I don't have no solutions for your linebackers. Your linebackers are trash.
Ooh, yeah.
No solution. I mean, Maris Lewis maybe can come in and cause.
He's not disciplined.
Maris Lewis, no, he's not, and that's why I said they're trash. All of them. Sanborn,
Trash.
Murray,
Trash.
Yeah, it's trash. Yeah. Matter of fact, I was pulling for James to come in, but I saw James get out there and
Trash.
Hey, man, we ain't got nothing until Overshawn come back. Our entire linebacker. Hey, all of them, man. Every
BFI.
All of them. I don't know. But this is what I can say. They haven't been totally horrible in run, even though they're not perfect there either. But
Sanborn
if a run defense can stay the same, then pressure will cover up some of the inconsistencies in the linebacker. It shortens the field down so that the zones aren't as wide. They don't have as much room to cover because really the problem is that they're too slow. They can't cover. You know what I'm saying? And so if you squeeze the field in because the quarterback has 1.5 to 2 seconds shorter to throw the ball, it actually masks some of their deficiencies, and that helps us to play better defense. And that's what everyone says when they're saying that Micah Parsons covered up the deficiencies of our secondary before, because you had about a second and a half. Yeah, you had about a second and a half, and then you was off running. You was gonna have to be running, and then once you start to take off running, you only got half the field that you have to cover, and it's a little easier to cover half the field than the entire field. So, that's why I believe that our defense eventually ends up playing better football. And I feel like if you got a middle of the road defense and the number one offense, you got a pretty good team as a whole. So I want you to give me what you think about that.
That sounds pretty decent. That can happen.
Logical, at least, right?
Very logical. Very logical.
All right.
Long as our defense, if it pans out like you just laid it out, yeah, that can happen. Because now they get to the practice games. The Jets. Who we got after that?
The Panthers.
The Panthers.
Mm-hmm. I think we
Then
got Washington after that, though. I think
okay,
Washington.
well, yeah, you're gonna have to play that game.
Yeah.
And
It's gonna
the
be ready.
Broncos, we never do good in Denver, so
So I don't think we're gonna lose the Denver game. Denver's not that well. Shoot, neither was Chicago. I don't know. I don't think we lose the Denver game because we lost to
we
Chicago.
never play good in Denver. Never.
Different team, bro. All right,
I
we'll
don't know
talk
if
about
it's
Denver.
the altitude. I don't know.
We're gonna talk about Denver when we get to Denver.
Yeah.
I got different. I got a different thought process. But let's wait till we get there. I want to see what they playing like when we actually get there.
Okay.
Man, we'll see. We'll see.
But
But I
what you
know
said,
that.
yeah. If
But
it pans out like you said, and it also with that line. If the defense line get better and better, everything else it'll mask our horrific secondary
I agree. I
and them
definitely
trash linebackers.
agree. Do you think Kalen Carson coming back is better than what's his name?
Elam.
Elam, yeah.
Yeah, anybody can take his spot. Yeah, I guess so.
Siobhan Revel
What's
ain't
up with
coming
this?
back. They just put Kalen Carson on a 21-day window. So that means
Okay.
3 weeks. That means 3 weeks from now he ought to be able to come back.
What about
Revel ain't on the
the
21 day.
Devil guy?
He ain't on the 21 day. He ain't coming back yet.
Okay. Well, hell, he ain't never come back, but he ain't never played, so
Yeah, ain't no comeback. He ain't starting yet.
he
And
ain't
like I
even
said,
started.
I'm still a little nervous about him because even if you look at what we just explained, Trayvon Diggs came back. He's getting better, but his first game was not good. His second game was better, but still not good. Like we're hoping that the third and fourth game is when he starts to get back into a little bit of form. Deron Bland, same thing, came back. His first game just wasn't all that good. So I have no reason to believe that Revel is going to just come back and be a superstar on his.
He's not.
So
Honestly, they should just hold him out the whole year.
and that's why I was saying it should be. I know there ain't no red shirts in the NFL, but this should be his red shirt year.
This should be his red shirt year.
To go ahead and get him ready for training camp next year is the way I see it. But we'll see because somebody might get injured and then that won't be a possibility. We might have to throw him out into the wolves. We don't know. We don't know how it's gonna work out yet.
Let him get baptized in that fire, goddamn.
Yeah, hey man. Hey, it happens like that sometimes, man.
Yes, it do.
So, assuming that we're thinking that our defense this week will be much better than the defense in the last 3 weeks, let's talk about the Jets. How you feel about the Jets game? I mean, you've said it a couple times that these are practice games. You feel like this is a guaranteed win.
Oh no, but this team ain't nothing guaranteed, but it should be a dub. Should be. Chicago should have been.
That's what I was trying to say. That's what I was trying to say. So, what are you most worried about with the Jets?
Quarterback.
Throwing or running?
Running.
Yeah. There you go.
If they watch that Eagles game, they're like, oh, we can do that. We can do that.
Well, you know what? If they watch the Eagles game and they try to do that, we're gonna win.
Well, good.
Yeah, we're gonna win.
Because that's what they're gonna try to do. Because they got number 2.
Yeah, but the Eagles is I mean they didn't score, but how many points?
20-something.
Yeah, so we can win that game. We're gonna put 40 on the board.
We better.
We're gonna put a 40 burger on the board. That's all I'm saying. And if we can hold them to 20 something, because that's all they can do is run. We don't have no speed at linebacker, so that we don't have a way of stopping that run. Like there's really nowhere. Did you see?
Man.
Did you watch the Monday Night Football, the Jets against Miami? Oh man. So basically, Justin Fields took a fake handoff. It looked like an option. He was going right. They literally closed the whole door on him. Just somebody stepped out there. He couldn't go right. He reversed field the other way, ran for a 40-yard touchdown.
That's why I say I'm worried about him running.
And I was like, I don't think the Cowboys could have stopped that. I mean, that's not a play. It ain't something that you just
don't get it twisted. He can throw.
He can, but he only got one person to throw it to.
Wilson.
Yeah, and if we double team him,
and the way our corners been playing, we don't never double team nobody.
Our corners are getting better though than they were in Chicago. Was the first game back for him after the little injury, right? So the cornerbacks is
we're still getting playing days.
Here's the thing though, with Chicago, you couldn't double their number one wide receiver because they got DJ Moore on the other side, who you got to just play him honest, right?
Yep.
With the Jets, you just shade the safety over there and basically double team that one wide receiver, and we don't
double team nobody.
It's not a double team. It's just shading over. Is all I'm saying. It's not a real double team. I'm just saying. But if you shade over to his side, it makes it really closes up all the windows. It makes it difficult. And if
will the zone allow us to play like that?
If we get a rush, yes.
Okay.
You can shade over. You can shade over on the cover too. And if you get a rush and he don't have 4 minutes to throw in the end zone, I mean, in the backfield.
You mean 8 minutes?
I mean, he had, and I said it then. I said if you give a quarterback all day to throw, it doesn't matter about what quarterback it is in the NFL. If he's a starting quarterback in the NFL, he's going to beat you. The worst one to the best one. That's everybody that we play. That's Bo Nix. We don't even play Cleveland, but the Shedeur Sanders and who's a backup quarterback. Not Flacco, but Cleveland getting ready to start the other.
Dylan Gabriel. Yeah.
They getting ready to play him, but if you give him all day, if you let him play 7-on-7 with no rush, he gonna beat you.
He'll beat you.
You know what I'm saying? So again, it all boils down to you're right. If there's no rush, we're in trouble. But if we can cause a rush, I feel like they're still going to be able to score some points because we're not quite where we need to be now. I feel like he's going to make a mistake. And that's the difference between playing a Super Bowl champion like Jalen Hurts, a playoff caliber quarterback like Jordan Love, right? So Jalen Hurts, in my opinion, ain't just a powerful thrower. He didn't complete a pass in the last half of his last game. He's not a powerful thrower. But you know what else he's not going to do? He's not going to do a whole bunch of mistakes.
He ain't going to make no mistakes.
Jordan Love is going to go out there and play good football. Whether you rush him or not, really. You know what I'm saying? Dak Prescott is playing good football, whether you put pressure on him or not. You know what I'm saying? But what you do have when you play some of these lower end teams like the Jets who haven't won a game yet. That's the only reason I'm calling them lower end because they all get paid, right? Like Carolina, those teams' quarterbacks will make a mistake trying to make something happen. And then we have the ability on our offense side of the ball to capitalize on those mistakes.
But I guarantee this is what they're going to try to do is play keep away. They're going to try to stay on the field with their offense as long as they can.
That fits
to keep
into
the ball. To keep the ball out of our offensive hands.
Yeah, but that fits with us because that means you got to run the ball with Breece Hall.
Breece Hall can run.
Exactly, but our defense is not having huge problems. I'm not saying he won't get 100 yards, but they're not going to run 40 points on us. You know what I'm saying? Now what ends up happening is the Jets have to play perfect football to beat us. You see what I'm saying? And if that's the case, we got an opportunity. If they trying to play keep away, we got an opportunity.
Well, I know that's what you do when you don't really got a defense, and the other team got a hell of an offense.
Really have a secondary. Like if you're running the football, you're not gashing us 40 yards a run, even 8 yards a run. Now you may get a 8-yard run, a 20-yard run, but there was a lot of runs even in last week's game where Josh Jacobs was 1 yard, 2 yard. Like he broke.
It was some 13s and 18s and 16s.
Absolutely. But in January of 2024, there were no 1 and 2 yarders. There were no drive stoppers. There were no 31s, and you didn't get the one. You see what I'm saying? This year there was. And so with that being said, I'm not saying they'll never break it. I ain't saying we got a number one run defense, but I'm saying if I got to count on something, I think we count on the run defense a little better than we can the pass defense right now.
Any day.
You know what I'm saying? And so if that's what you're trying to do is play keep away, hey, you play in our hands. Great. That's cool. Every time we touch the ball, we go score a touchdown, and you got to play perfect to keep up with.
We better. Because it's a funny thing. These teams thinking to themselves, okay, here come the Cowboys. Everybody gonna be watching us. We 0-4. If there's any time to get a dub,
it's right now against these Cowboys.
Right now. That's what Chicago did.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, here come Dallas. We know everybody gonna be watching us. Let's do our best.
I think what Chicago did was just took shots down the field and got almost every single one of them.
Copycat league.
Yeah, because New York took shots down the field and got almost every one of them. And I think that we're about 2 weeks away from that not being able to happen no more. That's just that's an understatement from me.
Shit.
2 weeks away from Trayvon having his legs underneath him and Deron Bland having his legs underneath him, and you're gonna have to go pick on Wanye and Elam over there. It's not quite as easy as it used to be. That's what I think. That's what I.
We don't get no pressure. Bombs away.
Got to get some pressure, but I think we're gonna get pressure. James Houston has proved he can get pressure. Jadeveon Clowney has proved that he can get pressure. I think we're gonna get pressure, and then we're gonna get pressure up the middle. So
okay. I'll be on the boat watching.
You'll be on the boat watching.
I'll be on the boat watching. Yeah.
So I watched about 3 games of the Jets. I watched the Miami game, Monday Night Football. I watched the Tampa Bay game. They had a backup quarterback in it. They didn't have Justin Fields in. They had Tyrod Taylor playing most of that game. Tell me about it. And then it was the Buffalo game. That was the other game that I watched. Was the Buffalo game. And this is what I figured out. This is what I believe is going to make it really difficult for them. They don't know how to cover bootlegs and crossing routes, and they play a lot of man. And other than Sauce Gardner, they can't really cover. And what you saw was somebody like a Tyreek Hill running a crossing route, killing them every time. So that would mean that if we can get crossing routes to Kevontae Turpin, it's going to be a long day for them boys. Now, what I will say is they weren't like the Cowboys. You know, the Cowboys, it was like every time they backed up, especially the Giants and the Chicago game, every time they backed up, they threw the ball, it was caught, right? The Jets actually will make a play or two. They just don't make enough plays. Does that make sense? Like they're not so garbage that like you throwing against a college football team or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I watched them actually make plays. They just don't make enough. They don't make enough plays.
They will make plays.
Yeah, Sauce is still a dude. Although I did catch Ibuka. Ibuka caught this one-handed pass. Oh, it was pretty. I was like, ooh. And I feel like that's who they put on George Pickens to try to cut him off. And I don't think Sauce is as good as he used to be. So I don't think he absolutely cuts out George Pickens because George Pickens is still 50-50 king. You know what I'm saying? But I think you may stop some of those slants. You're not just supposed to be running slants in front of Sauce Gardner like that and expect to do it all game. You know what I mean?
You think we could trade for him?
Trade for Sauce?
I like Sauce in the Cowboy uniform. That'd be good.
It wouldn't do you any good. You ain't gonna do nothing but play zone instead of man and take him out the damn glass the game.
See, that'll make Eberflus have to play man.
Yeah, have to.
You have to play man with Sauce, or at least on one side of the field.
Yeah.
Give him
You
that
think
Dion treatment.
you think
Hey,
he do it?
you just take him. Just wherever he go, follow him. There you go.
You think he do it? I mean, if you did
Who?
that, you might as well play man everywhere because I mean, you still would have a healthy Trayvon Diggs on the other side. I'll take him in man. I'll take him in man. I don't care what you say. I'll take him in man. We played man with Trayvon Diggs for 5 years, didn't have no issues. He got beat sometimes, but he also got a bunch of interceptions.
No. No way. His man days are over. He played damn near 10 yards off the ball now.
That's not his fault. When the coach is telling him to line up.
If I'm that dude, you ain't making me line 10 yards off no. I'm a corner.
This is professional football. You're gonna line up where I tell you to, or you're gonna come sit down on this bench over here.
If he that dude,
in my opinion, I think he told the coach, I ain't fit to be lining up 8 yards off the ball, and that's why they benched him.
well, hell, well, he probably was saying that. You're right. And every time he go get in the man, he get burnt. You can't say that and go get burnt.
You can't say every time. He only got burnt that one time. You got one shot at that.
What was Malik Neighbors doing to him?
That wasn't man. That was zone. They was throwing it up in the middle of a zone, and he had to go catch him. That wasn't even his zone. The fact that Trayvon Diggs was there is a testament that his speed is still there, because that was Donovan Wilson's zone when Malik Neighbors did it.
What part of there was he? Because all they saw was Neighbors and one and ass.
Okay, but even if you watched the Malik Neighbors touchdown, which was on Donovan Wilson, because that was his zone, and you literally saw Trayvon Diggs punching towards the football. He missed it, but he was at the dude, is all I'm saying, for a dude that wasn't in his zone.
First of all, how many touchdowns did that guy score?
3. All of them on Donovan.
No. Well, that one in the end zone, that was Trayvon on his back.
That was Trayvon on his back, but that was not Trayvon's zone. That was a cover 2. Who has deep on cover 2, Mr. Defensive Back? Safety. Right. That was a safety. And when Trayvon looked back and said, and started running, now if he wouldn't have ran, if he'd have just stood there, y'all have been like, oh, he lazy, he don't want to do nothing. He in somebody else's zone and almost made a play.
I'm thinking we're talking about 2 different touchdowns.
No, I'm telling you, that was a cover 2. So I watched that game left and right because I was pissed. Even though we won it, I was like, what the heck is going on? That was done. And that's what he was saying to Bubba Dub. If you look at the argument between Bubba Dub, Dez Bryant, and Trayvon Diggs, Dez Bryant and Trayvon Diggs was telling Bubba Dub that wasn't his zone. That was a cover 2 zone. They didn't call Donovan Wilson's name because they was trying not to, just throw him under the bus too. But they was like, that is the safety's zone. The fact that Trayvon Diggs was there, it was just him playing and trying to get there. He just didn't actually get there and then had to take the blame for it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm saying is, I'm not comfortable with him playing man. Not right now.
I think we're 2 games away from it. I think that once he gets his legs back underneath him, that he could play man, especially if he's not man against the wide receiver 1. Because what you were talking about was if Sauce Gardner was on the team, he's going to be on wide receiver 1. That means you got Trayvon Diggs on wide receiver 2. I'll take it. I'll take him and man on wide receiver 2 all day, every day if Sauce is shutting down the other side.
I'll take him about 3 to 4 yards off a wide receiver 2. Now, if he playing the slot, tight end or something, get in his face. Get in his face.
You saw him slip one time. See, this is what the problem is, man. You saw him slip one time, and then you ain't got no faith in him.
Hey, I'm not just talking about the slip. That
the only man on man he had. That was the only man that he had.
You can agree that he missing something. Something's missing with him. Maybe it's the help. Okay.
I mean, he missing a little bit, but I'm just saying some of the stuff that people are looking at wasn't exactly him. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not looking at that.
I'm not playing the devil's advocate and saying that he's a number one corner, because I literally just stated that he has a couple of games under him before he can even get back to that level. And I think Bland still has an extra game. So I think Trayvon Diggs is on game 2. I think by game 4, so not this game, but the Carolina game, Diggs should be kind of at full capacity with confidence in his leg and yada, yada, yada. But I think you're still I think you're probably at least the Washington game before Bland gets there. So agreed. Yeah. So I don't know. I still, but we'll kind of see where we get to once we get into that particular situation.
Yep. I put in this charger.
Oh no, yeah. You good? I see you dying. I was getting ready to close this out anyway. I think we even talked about everything that's on my list today to talk about. We talked about what a tie was. We talked about how we should do against the New York Jets, and we talked about whether or not this defense.
I'll be watching on the boat.
Yeah, and you'll be on the boat watching the game. You should have sent me the flyer, or I should have loaded the flyer. You did send it to me. I should have been able to load the flyer off here, but I did not, unfortunately. But good luck on your trip, man. We are going to be praying for you out there on the water. Don't get in too much trouble. Don't do nothing that I would not do.
I'm getting some trouble.
All right, man. Well, for Defending the Boys Fantalk, I am D Will. That is Mike 360. This is Defending the Boys. We'll see you next week.